Hunger, poverty, malnutrition. How will millions of people be fed? Solutions to these impossible problems have been made possible. Scientists, farmers, policymakers, and everyday people have made quantum improvements to our world. They have planted seeds of ideas with the potential to end hunger and reduce poverty. Together, they have fed millions.
As fast as we could plant our wheat, the crops would disappear before our eyes.
1940s, one of the most significant crops in the world, wheat, is under attack. The enemy, wheat rust, an airborne fungus that can decimate this vital crop in just several weeks as it grows in the fields. The rust is causing significant global epidemics. In existence since ancient times, this disease was turning wheat crops into a tangled mass of blackened, broken stems. With heavy crop losses, some developing nations, often relying heavily on wheat for their major sustenance, fell victim as the problem reached critical proportions, triggering famine and even ruining entire economies. In the late 1950s, a critical breakthrough by Nobel Prize laureate Norman Borlaug and other scientists was at the heart of the solution. Borlaug, working in cooperation with scientists all over the world, developed new strains of wheat by crossing different wheat varieties. The end results were new wheat varieties that were both resistant to rust and high-yielding. Thanks to a coordinated dissemination effort, farmers worldwide were able to use the resistant varieties right away. This important innovation spread from Mexico, the rest of North America, South America, Africa, the Middle East, South Asia, China, and other places throughout the world, fighting a multitude of current cereal crises and mitigating many potential ones.
When help from outside didn't work, we had to figure out solutions for ourselves.
From success of high science to triumph of barefoot science, we traveled to Burkina Faso to transform one of the world's most arid farming landscapes into productive farmland. It took a return into one culture's traditional farming methods to find answers. Long-term declines in rainfall, exacerbated by periodic drought, had brought this land to the point of devastation, and the proud people of this African nation to the brink of starvation. While some well-intentioned outsiders helped farmers experiment with new techniques, others failed to consult with locals, and many of their methods did more damage than good.
When development aid came here, they did not understand the land in some areas. What worked in the rainy season utterly failed when the heat came.
It was amongst this devastation that a few Africans began reaching back into their roots.
We had to go back to the old ways. We must plant here and here to protect from the wind and the sun.
They began innovating on simple practices, such as protecting and managing indigenous trees and shrubs among crops, to provide animal feed and firewood, but also to improve soil fertility, digging pits on barren, degraded land, to concentrate organic manure and rainwater for planting, laying down stones in a way that rainwater is spread evenly throughout the field, to control rainfall and runoff, and combat erosion. With technical support from charismatic community leaders and non-governmental organizations, the dissemination of these practices helps Sahelian households intensify and expand cultivation of essential food staples, such as sorghum and milk, and to earn more income from the sale of crop surpluses, animal feed, firewood, fruit, and other products.
I remember my mother crying. She told me I had lost the light in my eyes. They said we were not eating enough good foods.
Bangladesh, 1980s. Massive gains had been made in improving food availability, but far less had been achieved in improving the quality of food. Malnutrition from both plant-based diets lacking essential vitamins and minerals and limited access to nutrient-rich animal foods resulted in a great number of mothers suffering from night blindness, and worse, children becoming blind.
Soon I will be a mother. I must learn a new way so my child can have a future full of light.
Taking aim at this, an innovative program was begun to help people increase the quality of their diet, particularly their consumption of foods rich in vitamin A, zinc, and iron. Uniquely, it focused on home gardening, small livestock production, and teaching people about nutrition. The program has reached an estimated 5 million people. Participants' sales from garden produce doubled and contributed to improved diet quality for millions. Through homestead food production, effective changes aided the entire food chain in Bangladesh, from production to marketing and finally to the family table.
They will see a new world full of life.
Our last case shows the power of good incentives for farmers and the policies that supported them.
The people in my area, they see no reason for their work, and now we are going hungry.
It was the 1950s, and China's system of collectivized agriculture, where farming was managed by communes instead of individual households, was leading to slow productivity growth. The country was in the middle of the world's largest famine. In less than 3 years, 30 million Chinese starved to death. Historians call this catastrophe perhaps the most overlooked cause of 20th century mortality. In the small province of Anhui, where famine was made worse by flooding, a few communes experimented with doling out parcels of land to their member households. The results were promising. Some of the reformed communes showed crop production growth rates 6 times that of their neighbors. Policymakers took notice, and with desperation and devastation at every corner, took a chance on reform. Leaders like Du Rongshang worked within the system to make gradual changes, and local successes were quickly implemented nationwide. Within only 3 years, 94% of farm households were under this new system. These reforms increased rural people's incomes by 137% and slashed rural poverty by 22%.
They tried out a different way and found the right fit. Now we grow and manage our own crops. Now we can feed ourselves.
The seeds of change have been sown. Investment in agricultural development has led to sustainable development, more and better foods, and higher incomes for the world's poorest people. Successes have been extremely rich and diverse. To combat wheat rust, modern science was used to enhance crop yields. Rehabilitating the Sahel depended on combining community participation with environmental sustainability. In Bangladesh, homestead food production addressed micronutrient deficiency, dietary diversity, and food quality. And China's sweeping policy reforms provided incentives to farmers to boost their food production. These cases are but a handful of the many other success stories from around the world, gathered and scientifically assessed. The impacts are millions fed, globally, regionally, and nationally. Yet the work is far from over. Despite these many successes, nearly 1 billion people will still go hungry every year. Feeding this billion, along with the other billions of people living together on this planet, faces new uncertainties. Global climate change and dwindling natural resources are just some of these challenges. Solutions to these seemingly impossible problems can be made possible through more successes. Investing in agricultural development is now more urgent than ever to end hunger.